Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us today on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. This is the People's Radio Station. This is where we amplify, we magnify your voice. This is basically a reflection of the needs of the people and also a bridge between the government and the people. Quite unfortunate with developments taking place in Nigeria's socio-economic and political landscape. I would have expected that more would be done by the current administration to convince Nigerians that indeed they really expect them to supposedly recommit to them in the next electoral cycle. But there is this body language, there's this aura like, we really don't care what you guys say or what you complain about. We've already gotten in, we will get it. And Nigerians are talking about how several critical institutions have now been captured for personal reasons and for power-hungry individuals in the polity. I know that on this platform today, all through from, the early morning program with Yoruba crew, Igbo crew, and up until with Yamgo and the news and up till now, obviously the conversation almost centered around the interview that the presidential spokesperson on information and strategy had with a Monitor television program. I have always said something on this platform, in as much as they'll say moderators are not meant to express personal opinions, that those within the cabinet of the president are either deluded, they have supposedly isolated themselves from reality, they have ensconced themselves in a glass house, they have supposedly given a false narrative, a false impression, or an illusionary picture of what is currently going on to the country, selling it to the president, which makes the president on any public outing tell us that insecurity is better now, that the economy has come out from the doldrum they met it, or that electricity supply is better, or that infrastructure development, which is the priority of this government, has taken more or has supposedly evolved more than the previous administration. There's this illusionary method or disposition that the president always expresses anytime he addresses, and when I mean addressing, not necessarily addressing Nigerians, but in any group or in any meeting he finds himself. And I have come to the conclusion that it is what those people tell him. Mr. Onanuga came on national television to say that the hunger the Nigerians talk about is supposedly an embellishment. They are overemphasizing, and it's what the opposition politicians are trying to say. He also comes to tell us that insecurity is not as bad as it is, that it's the media that is amplifying this. And I'm like, how can you come on national television to be this insensitive towards the plight of the people? You have supposedly put yourself in a position that it's so obvious that is either you have deluded yourself from the reality on ground, or you're forcefully painting a picture that is unrealistic to supposedly shove it down the throat of Nigerians that this is what your reality is and not what what you say your reality is. How can you come on national television to tell us that insecurity is not as bad as it is and blame the media for over amplifying what is going on in the country? How can you come on national television to say the hunger that Nigerians are complaining about is not what it is, that there is money? Obviously, your friends that you get information from are your friends. You're in the same cycle, you're in the same political reality. How can you feel the pulse of the nation? And so this false narrative is where these politicians have ensconced themselves in. There is a major distance, there's a huge vacuum between those in government and the people, and it is extremely appalling. And Nigerians, I'm sorry that I'm sounding like this starting off this conversation this evening. Unfortunately, it's so bad that these sycophants, these supporters, will re-elect them the next dispensation. I'm telling you the truth. They are really unbothered. They don't care. And it's really sad. You know why I'm saying it's sad? Go and ask people, especially the average Nigerian. Let's not even talk about the very poor of the poor. Average Nigerian who supposedly has a job, is working somewhere, is earning a monthly salary, or has a small business they're doing. Ask them how they're coping. Where they don't have electricity, where the fuel subsidy removal has skyrocketed transportation, where everything they purchase for their businesses has quadrupled. You can't buy eggs, you can't buy protein fish. You will be thinking, you go to the market, you want to buy fish, which is at least protein. You will think like, why will I spend 4,500 naira on one fish? And I'm talking about maybe kote, not even Titus. All right. You will now think, if I buy fish for 4,500, then what will I use to buy the rest of the meals I want to prepare? Tomato now is extremely expensive. They'll say it's the season. Let's just say you want to do express, something small, something that doesn't really have too much. Do you know you literally need almost 10,000 naira for that small meal? It is that bad. You go to the shop, a supermarket with 20,000 naira. You come out with a nylon bag, very flimsy, and nothing is inside. And you're wondering, what did I use 20,000 naira to do? Meanwhile, some persons are earning 25,000 naira, 30,000 naira in a month as salary, just because they did not have any formal education. And a spokesperson of the president came on national television to sound that insensitive. I am so disappointed, because these are the individuals who have created division in the polity. They have segregated the polity. They've shown that they really do not care about some certain people, and when things of national import are brought to the table, if it doesn't affect them or their people, they will tell you that you're supposedly embellishing or over amplifying. It's unfortunate, but that is the scenario that we have found ourselves today. Ladies and gentlemen, we do this audio visual. You can join us on YouTube. We're currently streaming live on YouTube at VOP 903 FM, and obviously via that platform you can basically share to any member of your friends across the country. Anyone can be part of the conversation this evening. Today is Wednesday, and if today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. I've always emphasized that June born are very special people. I am not saying I am happy today. Ever since I watched that video, I really felt downcast, and I don't know where we are heading from here. But we'll continue to talk about the issues in the polity. We will not be wasting our time discussing this. I believe at some point, when Nigerians realize what they want, they know what to do. At that point in time, they will unify. They will not think of their ethnic group. They will not think of their religion. They will work together and, demand that this time around we want true representation, and a government that prioritizes our interests, and a government that listens, not a government that doesn't address its people, doesn't talk to its people, and the spokesperson says that's the president's style. Interesting, isn't it? All right, Mr. Elvis Elimehele, good evening. Thank you for joining us today. How are you?
Good evening, Esther. I'm good.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm not happy this evening from what I listened to yesterday, and it paints this picture of anything you guys want to say is your business. We are locked in 2027.
Yeah. They say it with utmost audacity, because all the institutions that are going to conduct 2027 general election is already in their palm. The biggest of all is INEC, the armed forces, and when you are not satisfied, you go to the judiciary. They tell you go to court, and they get away with it. So why would they not brag? Why would they not tell you that the media is hyping issues? Because they believe that this is the only avenue Nigerians, hear the truth and be able to actually speak to government where necessary through these phone calls that come to the different radio stations, especially this our show, Esther, because this is the voice of the people radio. But he said it yesterday and told Nigerians that Nigerians are not hungry, and brazenly he was comparing himself and his staff, the staff of presidential aid, and he was telling Nigerians he lives in one of the highbrow areas in Lagos. But I don't know whether he watched the video of the mass burial that took place that same yesterday in Plateau State. That killing of about 25, a bit 22 people in Bokos.
Yes, in Bokos.
When I saw that mass burial, people wailing, crying, throwing themselves on the ground, I just shook my head. I said, how I wish this video was shown to by Onanuga yesterday.
You think they don't know? You think he doesn't know? They know this. They deliberately don't tell the president. It's bad, because when you have immunized yourself, you're living in opulence. Let me give you a scenario of their everyday life. Okay, so from wherever it is they reside, at the government house or presidential villa to the Aso Rock villa. Okay, so well-full protected AC with convoy to the presidential villa. Everywhere is opulence, light, electricity, beauty all around you. From there you move to another location which is ensconced in an AC environment, also of beauty. You don't go to the market, you don't deal with people on a day-to-day basis. When you're on the road on any trip, you have your aides, you have your convoy, you're from one opulent environment to another
To
opulent
another-
environment. Your ambient screams of money, of cleanliness, of an supposed isolated reality. So how do you want to believe anything else? Your friends are the ones benefiting from the system. So they will definitely tell you that, oh, whatever it is you guys are doing, we're benefiting
well.
from it. Continue. So if you listen to him giving examples, he kept on saying,
His
"Somebody,
friends.
my friends, my friends."
Yes. He's not talking about the common
Seriously.
Nigerians. He's talking about his friends that are the same caliber with him. It's so unfortunate. But Esther, let's flip it. 15, 20 years ago, when he was also an editor, and when he was also at the side of Nigerians, I don't know how he would have crafted a headline, in his magazine, the news magazine, on what Nigerians are going through now. He has suddenly forgotten. I know how his write-ups were
Yeah.
when he was actually doing this same job we are doing today, Esther. And I mean, today I want to go and pick up some of his write-ups, and you will know the side he was then. But now flip to this other side he is now. He has thrown Nigerians that he was with before. He has thrown them off, and he's now talking about my friends, my friends, my friends. Where were these friends as at the time he was writing those things? About the military administration and even early part of this democracy. When I look at all his write-ups, so I don't know whether they, like you said, they become delusional when they get into the government circle. But all those opulence they are living in, Esther, they are financed by your own money and my own money, taxpayers' money, common Nigerian taxpayers' money. Is what they use to finance all those their profligacy lifestyle that they live. But that is the same life every Nigerian is supposed to be living with the wealth we have in this nation. But it's in the hands of them, few of them, and they can come and rub it on our face and tell us, oh, you are not hungry yet. It's sad.
Do you know that 70,000 naira minimum wage can only buy 44 liters of petrol?
Yes.
A month's salary.
And that is not
Based
more than,
on what
that's
Mr.
not
Bayo
more than
Onanuga was
3 days
saying.
drive.
That's just 3 days. That
It's
is
not even up to 44 liters. If you commute from this part of Lagos to Lekki on daily basis, you burn that within 2 days. So and that's the end of the month for you. But when they drive high caliber vehicles fueled by government, so they don't even know how much it costs to buy a liter of fuel. Then you go to the gas station, you want to fill your cylinder, they tell you it's 2,000 naira per kg now. They don't know all those things. Then before you now come down to start talking about how to buy the foodstuffs in the market to put food on the table of your children. So we said Nigerians are only, we are just wailing that the hunger is not as much as we will. But the only concern I have, Esther, is that if INEC was as credible as expected, we would have seen the trajectory of Nigerians come 2027 general election. But unfortunately, INEC, can we trust them with what we are seeing? Can we trust them? We are not bothered whether they trivialize what we are going through, but we have waited for them at the pool and said, okay, since you don't believe in what we are going through, you are boasting that you are doing well, we'll meet at the pool. Every Nigerian that has a PVC will go to the pool and vote the party that they believe that can rescue us out of this situation. But even when we rush to the pool and vote, what will be the end of what was the result INEC will give us?
Well,
They
Mr.
gave
Elvis,
us a glitch last time.
we're hearing talks that the president may sack Mr. Bayo Onanuga over such insensitive comments on national television. Maybe he's waiting for this dispensation to be over. But some certain person says it's impossible because whatever it is Bayo Onanuga is saying is definitely what the presidency wants him to say. Birds of the same feather flock together. And the president has never at any point in time come out to admonish Mr. Bayo Onanuga, especially when after the 2023 elections where he made some divisive statements saying people from the southeast should not get themselves involved in, their politics. All of these divisive comments against other opposition candidates and all the likes. I remember what's his name? The presenter, the anchor of the program was asking him such questions about
Charles
the
Anyango.
yes, about the unity and harmonization of the nation. And his response to that was why the president changed the national anthem
Yeah.
to Nigeria Will
We
Hail
Hail
Thee, because that was an anthem that says,
Though your
regardless
tribe
of
and, your
you know,
tribe and language may be different.
and I was gobsmacked. I was gobsmacked because I was trying to recalibrate my psyche to that kind of narration as an excuse for talking about harmonizing the country. I have always wondered why the president, after the 2023 elections, had not come out to declare to Nigerians to say, I can't do this alone, I need you, we need to work together. I have never seen the government, either the National Orientation Agency, the Nigerian Police, or the DSS, arrest any individual, either via social media or anywhere, where they make comments that divides or implodes the unity of this country. It has been a mechanism of these politicians to polarize the nation, and Mr. Onanuga was blaming the opposition for using such tactics to divide the polity so that they would create a sense of embarrassment to the government of the day. And it brings to mind, Mr. Elvis, that is it possible that some segments of or some sectors or some Nigerians have deliberately decided to remain moribund in terms of getting themselves oriented with civil responsibilities, issues in the national polity, and educating themselves on what proper governance entails beyond he's my tribe's person, regardless, let him remain there?
It is deliberate. It is not as if they don't know what is going on, Esther. It's just deliberate, because most of these Nigerians that are here talking about APC and what APC is doing, they are affiliated to one or two persons in this APC government. They know what they are benefiting. So because of that, they now use that to now judge everybody in Nigeria that, oh, because of what they are getting, and they don't want anybody to, begin to pull down the government that they have become psychophans to. That's why you see all these things are festering. For instance, yesterday night he was telling Charles that he told Boala that Boala they did not speak well on when Charles.
No, he told Charles. He says that the station they boo-booed him.
Yes, they boo-booed him.
That
yes.
they didn't play the complete thing.
The
that it was
tape.
false.
But that tape is everywhere on internet. Where the president said, if I don't give you electricity in 4 years, don't vote me in second term. So yesterday now, Onanuga was twisted the narrative and said, the station boo-booed Boala. He told him. So that's to tell you the discussion that goes on around the people around the president. That's the discussion that goes on around them. So you cannot see the distance between them and Nigerians. Unfortunately, like I keep saying, if Nigerians were actually allowed to exercise their civic responsibility as expected and get the desired result, Esther, this was supposed to be nullity. We are waiting for them at the poll. There are other political parties in this nation. Do you understand? Opposition party won this last election in Ghana. You remove the sitting political party, the sitting incumbent president.
Yes.
Remove this party. So if transparency starts setting into our election, most of this careless talk, most of this sycophantic talk, Esther, will reduce. But unfortunately, because they know what they have already done, look at Ekiti election, coming to share PVC at the day of election to people. So where have they not demystified the PVC and the card read and the machine? What they call that their machine? Is it useful any longer? That's to tell you now that whether you hold your PVC now or not, somebody else can use your PVC to vote and get away with it. These are the issues we should be talking about, Esther. Nigeria should begin to think of how do we get ourselves out of this dungeon we find ourselves with APC come 2027 general election, because if we remain like this, all these APC apologists will continue to speak in this manner that will continue to make us to be angry and continue to make us to lose as if looking at us that we are useless persons. But unfortunately, they know too well that democracy belongs to the people. That's why they are holding on to every tenet of those things that will make people to actually be able to exercise their right as expected. But we are watching Amukuton Sainek come 2027. And Nigeria should brace up, not just vote, defend your vote as expected. We are seeing it happening around everywhere. Opposition are winning some election in some other countries. Why can't it be the same thing here in Nigeria? After all, they removed a sitting political party and president in 2015. So some other political party should also be able to remove them from office so that we can try another political party again and know, where our luck lies in this nation.
All right, Mr. Elvis, there's a video circulating online which has sparked concerns over security operations in the Northwest after it's allegedly captured armed gunmen passing through a police checkpoint without being challenged. And the policemen were hailing like, way, whoo, ha! They were all hailing. The apparently a security source disclosed that the incident occurred recently along the route between Zamfara and Sokoto states, two of the areas hardest hit by these terrorists in northern Nigeria. Obviously, the velocity with which they've been attacking communities there. A man believed to be recording the scene could be heard speaking in Hausa and expressing concern over the development. So he was saying, bandits with their weapons are moving freely. Then another person quickly told him to shut up, that he should stop making such comments, that please keep quiet. Why are you talking? And this obviously was a second voice making such a statement. So the circumstances surrounding this incident at this point in time is what is boggling the minds of Nigerians. Like, excuse me, you guys, what are you doing? How can you make such statements? If you're watching us on YouTube, you'll see the video, right? Thank you very much, Austin, for that. You'll see the video where these terrorists on bikes were passing the checkpoint. The policemen were there watching them and waving. I have heard instances that this is not the only time. It's something they've recurrently done.
But that was I was surprised that you are seeing. This is no story. Esther, have we not seen them coming out of the bush, coming to hold meeting in the town with Nigerian armed forces? Have we not even seen one of the AIG that was Assistant Commissioner of Police that was killed in Katsina State? They wore his uniform and came for a presumed peace meeting with government officials. So it is not new. We know too well that most of these Nigeria armed forces, military, police or military, are already compromising so much. That's why this insecurity is festering in this manner. Most of these planned operation that failed, is it not because some of them compromise? Some of them are working for the insurgents. That's even where the biggest problem is going to come from, even when the state police come. The state police are not going to fare better, because state police is also going to be, most of these governors are going to recruiting their thugs, and they're going to start doing their bidding. So it's not new, Esther. We have seen so many videos where they hobnob with terrorists. Nigeria armed forces hobnob with terrorists, and it has not made any difference.
Because in Kebbi State, there's now a new terrorist group. They are known as Sai Malam. All right, and the Kebbi State government had to call on the Nigerian federal government that there's a new terrorist group. They are known as Sai Malam. There's a sect in parts of Kebbi State, particularly in Agungu local government area. The state security advisor, retired Colonel Danladi Riba, expressed concerns over the group during a stakeholder security meeting with the Deputy Inspector General of Police supervising the Northwest Geopolitical Zone, Sulaiman Mohammed Abdul, at the Presidential Lodge in Birnin Kebbi. Riba says members of the group were initially detected in smaller numbers in Zuru before their presence became more pronounced in Agungu. So apparently, they're saying that without an iota of doubt, Saimalam adherents are present in large numbers in Agungu. They were earlier detected in Zuru, though in small numbers. So we have Lakurawa, we have Almakura, we have Saimalam, then there is Boko Haram, there is ISWAP, there are a lot of other sects as well. And we're wondering how the presidential spokesperson is saying that the press is just amplifying or embellishing all of this, or the opposition is just saying what they're saying to embarrass the government of the day.
Yeah, they are saying it because they are shielded from all this. They don't read these papers any longer. They don't believe in what we are discussing here in the studio any longer, Esther. Remember, Lakurawa started from that Kebbi Sokoto, and another one has just come up. Now, even as you are mentioning this one this evening, it's not as if security intelligence is not aware of this, but the wherewithal and the willpower to actually talk about how to stamp them out, since they are just still in small group now, is the issue. Lakurawa started small in this manner. They came into the communities and started preaching their own side of
and to help them protect
and protecting them and preaching their own side of Islam. Before you know, they turn to something else. Today, Lakurawa is doing more harm in Sokoto Aziz and Kebbi Aziz than Boko Haram and others. So all of them are now trying to have a region that belongs to them in the northern states, so that the next thing is the people that live within their enclaves now begin to pay tax to them, now begin to answer
It's already
to them.
happening.
Yeah.
Was it not yesterday?
Yeah.
One of the communities, they were marrying off the ladies with 1,500 naira as bride price. They were giving them dictates of how they would go about their activities there, and they were claiming that they were in charge. They were the government in charge. The people were paying tax to them.
Pay tax.
They were also coming to meet them for religious guidance,
Yes.
to resolve family disputes. I mean, it's something else.
So that's another nation in a nation. So a sovereign nation. Now, Nigeria is supposed to be a sovereign nation, but there are other now ragtag nations inside Nigeria.
Yes.
And people like Onanuga will not hear that. They will not listen to that. They will not think that that's the failure of the government he is portraying, that they are doing well, unfortunately. So look at the APC chairman that died now in captivity now.
Yes.
Is it not
that man that was galvanizing for them?
Yes, he campaigned for President Bola Tinubu. About 1 week after or 3 days after, he was picked up. He died in captivity. Even the imam that was picked along with him, you know, that one died earlier. So the two of them now are wasted. But I don't know whether these stories get to Aso Rock, that if this one is even APC member now, their own brothers, their own family members.
Yeah. So
nobody is even talking about this. This is not even an opposition now. They say he's not dead. You remember that there's some Gumi, is it Gumi that said it? That said that all those coffins that they pretend to be burying in Plateau State, some of them are empty coffin. To tell you how insensitive they are, you can begin to pronounce such thing, you know, as sacred as, you know, somebody died, you are playing down on it, say they are empty coffins just to deride the government. So imagine that.
So let's look at some nairanomics. So before we're buying petrol for 185 naira a liter, now it's now 1,400 naira per liter. All right, exchange rate was at 460 naira. It's now 1,550. We now have, let's say, a 50 kilogram of rice, 28,000 naira before. Now it's 95,000 naira. You have about, inflation rate was recording between 17 to 21%. Now it's 33% plus. You know, it's always going. You had cooking gas 12.5 kg for 7,000 naira before. Now it's going for 24,000 naira.
Yeah.
Lower tariffs initially in terms of electricity. Now it's 209 naira for one particular kilowatt. All right, you're now having 500 to 700 naira urban transport fare for just one way. Now it's between 1,500 naira to 2,005. Okay, minimum wage initially was 30,000 naira, but now it's 70,000 naira, which unrealistically cannot meet the current rising, you know, the increments in a lot of things that we do. It doesn't even match at all. Okay, we had fewer mass abductions, at least if you want to compare Buhari's administration and now, but it seems to be worse. Abduction is a daily occurrence, and it's not just isolated to a particular region. Okay, you now had, you know, reports of kidnappings. Initially was general, but it has increased from what it was before to a persistent security concern, which involved the United States of America having to partake in it, and they're the ones divulging recent financiers currently living in Lagos with their locations at Abuja and residents in Agege. Right, you now have about, let's say, in a sense of cost of basic food basket items. At least with 72,000 naira, you go to the market, you can get a quality good food item that can last you for a month. Now you need about 150,000 naira, and that may not even be enough if you consider. May not even be enough. Okay, the higher purchasing power right now, we have a reduced purchasing power. I can tell you about that, Mr. Elvis. Me, for real, I don't make my hair. All I just get is my mousse. I use oil, skin oil, baby oil, Mr. Elvis. It can last for 3 months for one bottle. No kidding. So I'm telling you that no frivolities at all. You need to prioritize. Okay, so you now have other things like a loaf of bread was going between 500 to 800 naira. You now have a loaf of bread for 2,000 naira. You also have cement, a bag for 4,000 naira. It's now 10,000 naira.
It's
okay,
12,500.
It's now 12,500. In some instances, in some places, it's 13,000. All right. Before we could buy data, 100 naira, 200 naira. You're lower, going,
Yeah,
you're
you're
in.
low
You must
now.
be a big man now. It's between 1,000, 1,200, 1,005, 1,007. And federal university tuition fees per session was between 100 and to 150,000 naira before. Now it's 300,000 to 500,000 naira. Let's not even talk about
the cost of
that.
study.
Thank you very much. So when we look at all of this, it's Mr. Onanuga and those who are ensconced in this delicate, beautiful, flowery glass house. They're not aware of all of this disparity.
They are not aware, because these figures that we are, this data you are reading out now, if you read it out before, then they'll tell you this is opposition cooked up figure.
No,
to,
this is
no, they
Nairanomics.
will tell you opposition went to influence them. Is there anything they cannot say? That's how they are going to dispel it. So when he's talking about the president did not say he was going to give electricity, can you imagine that kind of brazen defense? So what would they not say about all this data? So it's just because I keep saying is that we have to wake up to our own responsibilities, because even if you are talking about America, you are talking about, no, they are not going to be the one that will do it for us. We are the one that will do it for ourselves. You know why they are still taking us for a ride? I think Nigerians have not gotten to the war yet. You see, okay, now Nigerians have started using charcoal now because of this gas problem. Because every institution they bring, we try to come out of it, find a solution to it. The day is coming when we will not find solution. That's the day these people will know that they've taken us for a ride for too long.
Well, Mr. Elvis, in 2027, my vote must count. I'm going to protect my vote. I'm going to fight for my vote.
Yes, it's important. That's the language now we should be preaching.
I don't want to bleed for my vote, but it must count.
No, you will not bleed, because we'll be alive to enjoy the vote that counted, the government that is going to bring in. We'll be alive to enjoy it. Let us also even witness another government for at least another 4 years. Let's now begin to compare and contrast where we are coming from, where before we got to this level we are, and where that government will take us to again too. Esther, we'll now begin to compare and contrast.
Well, it may feel like the opposition, maybe they are already defeated, because I'm not seeing that pressure, on this government. I've always said that this government is the luckiest government so far.
Yeah, they are lucky because opposition have never been doing what they are supposed to do, because they came into power through propaganda, use propaganda to push out PDP then. But today, I wonder why they were angry that Obi said,
I'm telling you, see write-ups from Sunday Diary to Reno
Mockery.
All of them.
They just suddenly forgot when their own principal told Jonathan to resign. They've forgotten what their principal, when he was the president, when he was in Ojota during the 2012 removal of subsidy by Jonathan's government. All he said over there, they should go and play those tapes.
They locked down Lagos now.
They locked down Lagos. Yes, for days, yes, now. So they should go and play those tapes and now begin to compare it to where we are today. Unfortunately, it's like most of these things that happened in just some few years back, Nigerians have forgotten, or they have forgotten. Those of them in government, we have not forgotten. That's why we keep reminding them. It wasn't as bad as it is, and then we could speak. We could tell the government, no, this was not good. There was no language, the deriding language they did not use for Jonathan. Clueless government, kindergarten government, and all others. But today, those some people now are the ones that are defending this government and say they are doing well. I don't know whether suddenly we are in a dream. I don't know whether we need psychiatric checkup, for them to be able to know that where we were before is 100% better than where we are now. Nigerians are saying, take us back to where we are before. But unfortunately, that cannot happen. But instead of talking of going back, let's talk to think of how to salvage this nation going forward. And part of it is the 2027 general election, where that is coming up.
All right, let's take a listen to this before I proceed with what Aisha Yusufu had to say about Omoyele Sowore.
It is not a crime to call a thief a thief.
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat that again? It is not a crime to call a thief a thief. These guys are thieves. Governors are thieves. Senators are thieves in this country. House of Rep members are thieves. President is thief. Vice President is a thief. Every one of them is a thief. Yes. So.
All right. So in regards to this development, Aisha Yusufu, obviously a member of the NDC, has challenged the Department of State Services over its involvement in the comment made by the 2027 presidential candidate of the African Action Congress against the president. So Yesufu, in a social media post, reacted to a statement issued by the DSS regarding Showore's prosecution and remand. You know, he has gone back to jail.
Yeah,
they refused to give him bail till 30th of this month. The DSS in the statement said they filed charges against Showore under the Cyber Crimes Prohibition Prevention Amendment Act 2024 over a social media post in which he allegedly referred to the president as this criminal. It's not allegedly, because he actually said so. In the statement that prompted the reaction, the DSS maintained that Showore's remand was the outcome of court proceedings and insisted that the agency neither arrested him nor opposed his bail. The agency also stated that it had filed charges seeking judicial interpretation of whether Showore had the right to allegedly disparage and cyberbully the president through his social media posts. So reacting to this development, Yesufu said Tinubu should seek redress in court if Showore's statement is false or defamatory rather than involving the DSS. And she criticized the focus of DSS on the matter amid the country's security challenges.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. The president's supposed to seek redress, to clear his name or for his
But
integrity.
it wasn't the president that sued anyway, it was the DSS.
It was the DSS that did the job for the president, and it's the DSS is the one that is carrying the matter on their head, as we've seen. You see what happened in court on Monday, transcend it today now, and we don't know what is going to happen maybe when it comes to court again next week. But everything Showore said, Nigerians are actually saying the same thing. Is there anybody in this government that has not, dipped their hands
800 billion naira that was accused of Hope Uzodinma, the Governor's Forum for Renewed Hope Initiative, and the president came in, interfered, and nothing happened. According to Barrister Darlington, Benga Komolafe is his new ache right now.
Yes.
The money that he was allowed to go for with 210 trillion naira that the Senate has refused to address. Meanwhile, the government of the day is looking for funds to execute a lot of its capital projects, which would have that money would have enabled. So nobody's giving accountability for all of this,
and all the fact that have been shared for the state governors, nobody gives account.
Security votes up to now, insecurity is bedeviling, and nobody's telling us what they're doing with it.
When the DSS is doing gra in this matter, I just pity them. We've seen. I mean, at the end of the day, they are doing this job as if they are not going to retire, or they are going to remain there all through their lives. But Nigeria will speak in their life when they get to their retirement time.
Yes.
And that's when they will now begin to realize that when you drop the uniform, you now meet the real life. You still have that toga now because you are wearing the uniform. Nigerians that are not wearing the uniform, listen to them because they are the one that knows the truth. It's not as if people don't know the truth, but because you want to pay your master who is paying your bills, that's why you are doing all this. Showore is in detention. That does not end his life.
Yeah.
He is going to come out of detention. Ganifa Ayemi went to detention severally in this nation, and he came out almost in all of them.
Showore has really been doing the opposition, but a lot of persons don't trust what he's doing. I don't know why. They believe that whatever he's doing, it's not not genuine. They think there is something behind. But now he's behind bars. I mean, if he had some immunity, he wouldn't be behind bars.
You see, many Nigerians cannot believe in him. That's not an issue, Esther.
Okay.
You see, he has a catchment part of Nigerians. If you look at the Nigerians that are following him, they are youthful Nigerians.
They're very young.
Yes. These youthful Nigerians that are about 70% population of this nation need to strive for their future, Esther. When we were growing up, when we were younger, we were thinking that military was our problem. 27 years now, military have led the saddle of the governance of this nation. Has it fared well? Has it fared better? So now that these children that are born into this democratic era now have now seen that politicians are worse, they should begin to talk to politicians now because this is democratic era.
Yes.
They have the freedom of speech. They have freedom of association. They should begin to talk so that they can have better future than their father. Today they are celebrating that NEFOND is the one giving Nigerian students loan. They have not checked that other nations that have oil like Nigeria, give free education to tertiary institutions for their citizens. Number one. Number two, if these children's parents were well off, Esther, if they have not impoverished their parents and made them to be poor, will these children go and be picking loan for A child in the school doesn't even know where he's going to get job. He's already having loan hang on his neck. Every parent is supposed to be proud that I paid my child's school fees, my children's school fees through their school, through their education. But now, because the parents are so poor, they cannot afford it. The government have made them to be very poor. Then the government is now rubbing them on their face and celebrating that we are giving Nigerian students loan. Loan is supposed to be a national thing. Abroad where they give loan, they know too well that when you finish school, job is already awaiting you. And you are, even when you are paying your educational loan abroad, you are still able to maintain your mortgage and live a better life in other things. But here, these children will pay, when they are paying this loan, you discover that their life will be worse than their father. A child who finished school at 24, 25, now not getting a job at 29, 30, and when he eventually gets a job, how much is the job compared to this economy, the payment of the job? Then he will now begin to offset loans. Then before you now begin to talk of settling down for a family, their fathers settled at maybe 27, 28, 29. These children at 39, 40, they will not be able to settle, and that's what this government is bragging about, because they have made their parents to become very poor, that they can no longer pay the bills of their children. Should we be proud of that? That's when anytime they want to talk, they're talking of NEF fund. In a nation as rich as Nigeria, a nation where the president is talking about, he has bought himself a presidential jet, he has bought a yacht. It's not the money that is leaving. 800 billion is in the hands of somewhere by the governors to campaign for him. Then, but the little stipend the students are supposed to even get as either grant or bursary is the one they now converted to loan, and now begin to tell Nigerians that Nigerian students are now going to school with loan. Is that bad? Even in military administration, military regime, Esther, I got bursary 2 times in school. Even in military administration, when I was in school, I got bursary twice. Not loan, bursary.
Can you imagine?
In this nation, in the 90s, this is as worse as military. How many governors pay bursary today to their indigenous students?
I was telling you that during
it's so bad.
Time, school fees was between 800 to 1,005.
What are you talking about? Esther, let me shock you. In 1994-95, 1993-94, when I was in final year in this nation, that's the last school fees I paid in my final year. Do you know how much? 570 naira.
For
accommodation
university.
Inclusive.
So then how much do you now pay for secondary? Because I'm talking about secondary school.
Secondary school. I had free education from class 1 to class 3. Wow. In 1993, when the former General Buhari now took over, in 1993, 31st of December, so we now began to pay school fees. And the school fees then, that was from class 3 to class 5. We did class 5. I didn't do this SS people are doing. I did class 5. So we now we started paying 20 naira school fees. Even at that test, half of my class went because they could not afford it.
At that time?
At that time. So I had free education, both books, ruler, pencil, biro.
They provided books for you guys?
Yes, textbooks, notebooks. I'm talking of textbooks, notebooks, everything free. As little as pencil, ruler, and Brosali government in them bended states. All these things were free. UPN governors, UPN states have free education at all levels. That was their campaign, and they live religiously with it all through. That was what I enjoyed in primary 4. I mean primary 3, primary 4, primary 5. I mean primary 4, primary 5, primary 6. Then from there to my class 3 in the secondary school before the military took over.
Wow.
It was free.
Wow.
In this nation.
We're going to take
and that was under military administration. So some of them were military administration, some of them were Second Republic administration.
We're going to take a very short break, ladies and gentlemen. The Evening Rush continues. We'll be right back. To kindly stay with us.
Lagos, are you ready for an overflow like never before?
It's the Interdenominational Hour of Revival Lagos and the Ministers, Leaders and Business Conference.
Hosted by Bishop David Abioye. Get set for a divine encounter with the theme, Exceeding Grace.
Grace that breaks limits, grace that lifts you higher, grace that changes your story.
Date, Thursday 25th to Friday 26th June 2026.
Time 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. daily.
Venue, the Grand Joy Event Center, 17 Billings Way, Oregun, Ikeja, Lagos.
This is your moment for supernatural advancement, your moment for kingdom empowerment.
Ministers, leaders, business minds, step into your next level by grace.
Don't just hear about it, be there and experience it live. Hour of Revival Lagos, exceeding grace. Don't miss it.
You are listening to the number one station, the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
House dey dark and NEPA bill dey choke. E dey worry you as e dey affect your business. So much on don come. Imagine say you wake up for morning, light no shake, fridge don block, business no get wahala, everything dey okay. No be dream o. With Yohaku, na you dey control your light. Yohaku dey sell gas cooker, freezer, fridge, and dem go furnish you with modern kitchen o. Whether na inverter, batteries, panels, smart street lights, be na solar AC system wey you wan use for house, business, abi for industrial work, Yohaku stand chim to help you. Bye to NEPA bill. No wait till transformer go spoil again o. Oh yeah, run call Yohaku for 070-121-30260 or 080-324-82573, or you fit to call 080-669-60066. For Lagos, we there for shop F1179 industrial section, or Joe Alaba International Market, or shop G6 electronic section, Alaba International Market, Headline, Ute Ubochi Plaza, Abuja office na Corporate 13, Dubai International Market, back of Games Village, Karo District for Abuja. For Port Harcourt, we there for number 51, Oporo Road, Eziowa Elite Trade Center for River State. Yohaku website na www.yohakuproducts.com. Online store na www.yohakustore.com. Yohaku, from sun to earth, we dey make your mind dey cool.
To the city's number one super dial, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos.
We are choosing for God's glory. We are heavenly candidate. We are chosen by Master Jesus. We are the choice of God.
The Lord's Chosen Charismatic Revival Ministry specially invites you to return to the Miracle Crusade titled "And the Enemy Submitted." And the Enemy Submitted. Ministering Pastor Lazarus Smoker, founder and general overseer.
Whatever the enemy or the problem you have, that problem has a name. That problem must submit.
Coming up live on Saturday the 27th and Sunday the 20th of June 2026 by 8 a.m. each day at the Chosen Revival Ground along the Shoulder Papa Expressway, Jesha, Lagos, Nigeria. The Lord is said to execute the submission of all your enemies in marriage, health, business, academics, social and spiritual life. And the enemy submitted. Come and be blessed. Jesus is Lord.
All right, welcome back. This is still the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Esther Machuku. My guest this Wednesday evening is Mr. Elvis Elimehela. We've been discussing issues in Nigeria's policy, specifically from the detached reality of the spokespersons or the presidency and what Nigerians are complaining about. We also did some contrast of what certain sectors and what Nigerians spent on certain sectors previously and what they spend now, and the gaping reality of the situation on ground. We're also discussing the opaqueness, will I say the vagueness or opaqueness of the government of the day towards certain critical sectors that they have either deliberately allowed to remain moribund, or they do not want to focus on the reality of how those instances that could alleviate the living condition of Nigerians are not being properly attended to, or what they prioritize is not really what they should prioritize on. So we now have a situation where political candidates of all those political parties are being called upon as options to be seen as an alternative that will provide that sense of succor and emotional stability to supposedly give Nigerians a sense of self in the next electoral cycle. There are fears, Mr. Elvis, that with what is currently being experienced in terms of certain vital institutions being handicapped because of the massive control of the executive on these institutions, that the 2027 elections may not be a true reflection of what Nigerians want. So you saw what happened in Ekiti State, where we're seeing ballot papers were already thumb printed on. We were seeing a situation where there was no network. They had to resort to the manual process, which obviously was slow. There were instances where abandoned PVCs or uncollected PVCs were being shared for persons to go vote. There was massive vote buying. There was also intimidation in some instances, and it felt like INEC couldn't do anything beyond. In some areas, they complained about late arrival of electoral materials. They also talked about logistics. A lot of issues arose, and at the end of the day, those who were not comfortable with the outcome were saying that there needs to be a re-election in some of the areas where by-elections were conducted. And in all of this complaints and criticism on INEC as an institution, Amukwito has not come out to address all of these problems. For example, for a month now, persons were complaining about them not being able to view their status on the INEC portal, and in some instances it told them that their data was unavailable or they could not even find it. Others complained that they have gone to register their PVC, and on the day that they were asked to come collect it, there's always one excuse or the other. We have been waiting for INEC to give us a proper orientation of maybe what is going on with the system, and if some of their systems are already a cake or have issues that they need to either get new ones or repair it. The only thing we see them do is do what you call, they're trying to galvanize for ad hoc staff, orientate them and tell them the proceedings. So how do you see the outcome of the elections in 2027? Are we expecting Amupiton to prove that all of this doubts is not what it is? And do you think he's going to create an environment that will be perceived better than what Mahmoud did in 2023?
Well, it will be very difficult for Nigerians to believe that Amupiton will fare better than Mahmoud Yakub, except between now and the 2017, that Nigerians begin to, if possible, occupy INEC daily, INEC office daily, to begin to remind Amupiton that the Nigerian lives concerning change of government and giving Nigerians good life to live in the next 4 years from 2027 to 2021 depend on INEC and all its officials. What is going to come out from that office? It's not just talking. Nigeria daily should begin to occupy INEC office, head office, because what have we seen? We saw a tweet that they came and denied from him.
Yeah.
And that's to tell you that he knows where he belongs. Number one. We saw Amupiton coming to defend building a hospital for INEC, as if Amupiton is the minister for health. INEC is talking of building hospital. Has he not left his core duties? We saw Amupiton submitting a budget that is almost close to 1 trillion to conduct 2027 general election. Nigerians have not asked. 300 and something billion was given to Mahmoud Yakub. We never. The end of that was there was a glitch. That was what ended it. And to cap it all, Nigeria government, gave him a national honor and made him an ambassador today, so he can get away with it. So when you now see that there are no deterrent in some of the things that happened to your predecessor Esther, it shows that the government is culpable. They are complicit of what is going on. So every government that comes in and appoint an INEC chairman, he has given that INEC chairman their dictate. This is what we want you to do, and at every junction begin to reel it out. So this is why Nigerians at this stage must begin to think of how to be occupying INEC head office daily, to begin to remind Amupiton that the taxpayers' money is what is used to finance that office, not Tinubu's government money. Everything that happened in Aso Rock is also Nigerians' money, taxpayers' money. And that no president is bigger than this nation. It is the nation that produced the president, not the president that produced the nation.
Yeah.
It's not the other way around. You understand, Esther? So if who are the people in the nation? The people that made up the nation are the one that said, this is what we want. This is how we want to be fed. Then the only thing that you need a president for is just you need to direct what the constitution says, his responsibility and the responsibility he has towards the people. So that's the only difference. Everything about nationhood has to do with the people that owns that nation, not just one person that the people elected. So if the people elect you and the people say no, you are not fair where you didn't do our bidding, at this time you are not going back. So the system will be credible enough for the people to actually have a vote to change their government as expected.
Yeah.
That's why INEC must be held responsible. INEC must continuously be reminded now that Nigerians need free and fair and credible election come 2027, because in 1993 Nigerians voted across both north and south. Nobody was looking at whether it's Muslim, whether it's 2011 election was quite good. It's not as what we are saying now. But when Mahmoud Yakub came in 2014, he now began to redesign. I mean, in 2019, he was the one that conducted the 2019 election. He began to redesign the system, and that's where we are today. He now left it worse. So this one that came to take over now, Nigeria should begin to remind him. We don't want to see what went on in Nigeria in 2023 come 2027 general election. That's what we should be talking about.
Now, moving on to the political scene, because there have been complaints that if the opposition remains like this, that APC feats continue in 2027, because they've not been able to put their ego aside and see how they can come together to support a particular candidate. At least to say, okay, we're all going to back this person and we'll pool our resources to ensure that this person wins. So that with the current state of things, it almost feels like a show, whatever, for the APC. But then it depends on Nigerians and what they will take and what they will not take. So, but we're hearing issues in the NDC right now. That massive resignation has hit the Nigerian Democratic Congress, which has gotten the presidential candidate of the NDC, Mr. Peter Obi, worried, with what is going on, especially at that level. For example, in Ebonyi State, there were exit of several members of its executive committee, and the crisis was made public during a briefing in Abakaliki, the state capital. And the development is linked to allegations of corruption, financial misconduct, and disputes over party primaries ahead of the 2027 elections in Nigeria. Several top officials, including the deputy chairman, secretary, youth leader, welfare officer, and others, resigned from the party, and their supporters also left in large numbers. The former executive said they could no longer work under the current leadership. They blamed internal conflicts for weakening the party structure across Ebonyi State. Oke Idenyi said the party had been taken over by interests that pushed aside founding members. He said those who built the structure were sidelined, and that they criticized the primary, saying earlier promises of consensus candidates were abandoned. He described the exercise as disorganized and unfair to many members. That's not the only thing. Even in Lagos here, I can make reference to Ali Moshood constituency 1 and 2. Ife Salako obviously won the primaries, and on that day they conducted the primaries. Results were uploaded to the portal, all for them to hear that on the day of his unveiling, he wanted to unveil, and they said it was somebody's name that was on the party's list. So what is in the INEC list is different from what is on the party's list, and where that some persons are trying to see how they can negotiate for some names to be changed. INEC has said no, nothing is going to change, but it's worrisome. It's a worrisome development that there are fears that certain persons may either abandon the party or work against the party. So where does this put the presidential candidates if these conflicts are not quickly addressed and resolved?
Esther, when we mention NDC and some of these crises that are coming up in NDC, it shows that sometimes Nigerians don't even believe that where we are today is something that we should find a way to get out of it.
Yeah,
you understand? It's like some of these politicians are still on the same bed with APC.
Yeah,
that's just what I'm saying. Because if NDC that became a celebrated bride, can be coming up with this kind of crisis just because of little primaries, that everybody was expecting that almost everybody that is supposed to come up in NDC was supposed to be a consensus candidate, because Nigerians have given them a very good bed to lay on, And unfortunately, they themselves are not the one that is scattering it, because Nigerians have started accepting them. You see that they cannot manage the success these few 4 months of success they just got.
There's a complaint about the party, the structure. Apparently, the people who are there
Seraki
are old PDP people, and they have it.
So that carryover of PDP characteristics is what they want to use to spoil this. Because look, have they not seen what happened to PDP today? The PDP that boasted of 60 years of governance in this nation, after 16 years they are thrown off. Today PDP don't even have any state again. They don't even know where they belong. So they ought to have learned. Do Nigerian politicians actually learn? So if Seraki DC and all the big wigs in NDC cannot mend fences now and settle whatever crisis that want to bring this party down, I think it will be a big shame, because we are seeing ADC is not faring well. So many court cases and all others. Then we also ask, where do we face? So if Nigerians actually want to come out and say, okay, we are supporting this political party, which political party would give Nigerians that rescue that Nigerians desire so much?
Do you think there'll be a lot of apathy in this electoral cycle?
No, at this moment, Esther, we will not begin to talk of apathy. Let us still believe that this political party will be able to put their house in order.
No, I'm talking about the people themselves, voter apathy.
No. If Nigerians are beginning to talk of voter apathy, they are already telling the ruling party to go ahead. Okay. Do you understand? Because if 100 people register in a particular ward and only 20 comes out to vote, the manipulator of election will manipulate the other 80. But if 100 registers in a particular ward and 90 comes out to vote, it will be difficult for you to manipulate such election. So Nigerians must shun everything that will make apathy to come into 2027 election. That's why I'm talking about thuggery. Must be shown. Nigerians must make sure that they guide against any political party that want to bring in thuggery, because that thuggery and intimidation of voters at the pool is actually most of the things that bring in this electoral apathy. Because we saw what happened in 2023, especially the governorship election. In presidential election, Nigerians came out. You see, even when Nigerians were being driven from their queue, even remember that woman that was injured and all of that, But during the governorship election, Nigerians laid back and said, nah, forget about it. So there was serious apathy in governorship election and House of Assembly election, and you saw how the result turns out. So it was just like walkover. You see, APC will say, oh, they want both the governorship and want all the seats in the House of Assembly. So Nigerians must not give such room. That's why Nigeria, we must act as police. We must police ourselves this time around. We must be able to be your brother's keeper. Be your brother's keeper in such a way that nobody from any party can come and intimidate somebody that wants to exercise his civic responsibility. Franchise is our right. The right to vote and be voted for belongs to us. So if you are saying because I live in a particular place and I'm not going to vote for the party that you believe in, you must keep it to yourself, because democracy is all about choice. You can't give me my own choice. I have my own right to say whether my party wins or not. That's my choice. So these are the things Nigerians should even be talking about now. Then if this government is actually responsible enough, if they are not part of those that are fueling it, this is where the National Orientation Agency is supposed to be doing its job now.
Very true.
Yes, National Orientation Agency is supposed to be preaching against all those thuggeries, snatching of ballot paper, coming to the polling booth to intimidate people and all of that. That's what they should be. They should be giving out education on that now and begin to run campaigns, advocacies for Nigerians to be rest assured that when I go to the polling booth that day, I'm not going to be injured. Somebody is not coming to intimidate me and all of that. So let them be assured. Then there should be a lot of seminars now, sensitizing seminars to all the agencies that are going to handle this election, including the armed forces. So the military or the police should not be used to side one person because, that is the person that is in power now. Forget about it. The person in power now is not the one paying your bills. It's Nigerians that are paying your bills. We saw what happened in Ekiti. The police turned their face off. People were now giving out money, even at polling booths, to buy votes. The police, nobody was arrested in Ekiti. And we saw people coming to flash the money they collected from the ruling party and say,
yes.
I got this 15,000. There's a particular video that is everywhere
of a young lady
that was happy that he got 15,000. You understand? So that this money that we shared, that money that belongs to you and I, and that's the money that is supposed to be meant for the development of that state, so that even the common person can feel belonged. Unfortunately, you make a pot of soup with that 15,000, and you probably there's no way you eat one pot of food for a whole week when you don't have electricity to refrigerate it. So you have finished eating your 4 years at that moment. So these are the things that Nigerians are supposed to be, National Registration Agency is supposed to be telling Nigerians now. Don't sell your vote. Don't sell your right. 4 years is so long for you to not just use to make one pot of soup and you get away with it. So if we have then civil society organization as well. Let civil society organization assist in whatever form. It's not coming to analyze the election when the election is already gone, when all the mistakes would have been made. Do you understand? Don't come and start giving statistics when the election is already gone. Now, prepare Nigerians' mind towards what they are going to do when on or before the election. This is your right. This is what you are supposed to do. These are the lines you can call when you are being intimidated and all of that. So civil society organizations that actually want this nation to actually be counted among the respected committee of nations in the world ought to also be assisting now where necessary.
Right. Mr. Elvis, the former vice presidential candidate or former vice president and presidential candidate of the ADC, that's the African Democratic Congress, Atiku, has condemned the continued detention of the former Kaduna State Governor, Mr. Nasir El-Rufai. He made a statement recently by saying that the bail conditions are manifestly excessive, especially for the fact that you want a civil servant who has some certain properties, an amount of money, and if any civil servant present themselves like that, you're supposed to jail.
EFCC will pick him by ICPC.
I mean, you yourself, supposed to get that kind of money. Yes, so it's it's obvious that there is a plan to keep him there, and so they're saying that it's manifestly excessive, unreasonable, and impossible to defeat the very purpose of bail and amount of detention through procedural means. He argued that the development raises troubling questions about the state of constitutional liberties, the administration of justice, and the growing tendency to weaponize legal processes against political opponents. That while courts possesses the discretionary authority to impose bail conditions, such discretion must be exercised judicially and judiciously. Meanwhile, Paul Ibe also made a statement, I think very recently, where he said that the president is focused on keeping the former Kaduna State Governor in detention until after the 2027 elections. This was a statement he made on his Facebook page just yesterday. He says that Tinubu's administration is harassing, intimidating El-Rufai for defecting from the APC to the ADC, and described El-Rufai's ongoing trial as a sham and it's politically motivated. Unfortunately, El-Rufai is not really in the good graces of a lot of Nigerians because of his attitude as a governor, also as a former FCT minister. He fell short of a lot of people. Deji Adeyanju was a key witness against him yesterday in court. So he's not a favorite of a lot of persons, and that's why you're not hearing such velocity and all of that. But do you think what they're saying, alleging, is true, that it's deliberate to keep him there until after the elections?
Yeah, Esther, it's because of the way the system have been bastardized. You understand? So even when the judiciary is doing the job judiciously, means body language. We read body language.
Very
we
true.
will be read to it. You understand? Because of where we are coming from. Unfortunately, the judiciary themselves now cannot even come out and get themselves clean out of this. They've lost their integrity because of some of the judgment that we've seen, coming out from them for some time, for some years now, Esther. That's just it. Ordinarily, nobody is supposed to dictate for the judge the bail conditions is going to give out to any litigant. Nobody is supposed to. But because of the way we have now, the whole institution have been manipulated before now, and even as it is now, by any ruling party. That's why you are seeing this. Today is El-Rufai. 4 or 5 years ago, El-Rufai was in the kingship position. He was in the king's palace where he could dictate the shot about what happened in Nigeria. If you can flip it the other way now, supposing it was 4-5 years ago, somebody else in opposition was in this state, you would have heard what El-Rufai was going to use to defend his master, then his political godfather Buhari when he was president. You would have heard El-Rufai. El-Rufai would have also said, no, the judiciary is doing their job as expected, that the opposition must not bring down the judiciary's integrity. That's how he would have said it. But today it's flipped to the other side now. And now he is now in detention now. As a result, he cannot meet his bail. Then people are now saying, oh, because he's in opposition. So Esther, this is the reason why we are saying the law you make today that favors you today, tomorrow it might boomerang and be against you, because you don't know the next person that is coming to government. Okay. Look at the chief law officer of Buhari, Malami today. Almost of the things that are haunting them today, they celebrated it when they were serving under Buhari's administration. They celebrated those things. So those things now is playing back on them now. It's so unfortunate. Okay, thank God now that Deji Adeyonju can now come and say, yes, most of these things you actually guilty of it during your time. That's why Nigerians should take the bold step and allow these leaders to know that you never fare well when you were in office. So when you are now, the law you made that supported to make is now being played back at you. Yeah. Don't cry foul, because karma is always there. It's waiting for you. If you don't catch up on you immediately, it's waiting for you in future. It might even meet your children. Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly get your reaction to the conversation we've had so far. And please just go straight to the point. No derogatory comments, no insults, no calling anybody criminal. They will carry you go. They carry you go, Jim.
Nah, they know now. Not be here. They go talk, say they talk.
So be mindful of your words. Don't worry, God will help us. Maybe there'll be a light somehow. The president will just change. God will just touch his mind and say, you know what, Nigerians, I don't care, I'll prioritize you.
Easy for the president to change if he was not having community around him that are telling him you are doing well. Part of them is what you saw from
yesterday.
By Onanuga yesterday.
I don't want to remember that interview.
Yeah, so that is it.
That one hurts me.
That are telling him nothing is wrong with what you are doing. Carry on.
He had better change that his team. They are not doing him justice at all. They've made his administration one of the most unfriendly.
They have a brief and they are working on their brief.
All right, the number to call is 08036929933. 08036929933. The WhatsApp number is 0817175638. 0817175638. That's the WhatsApp number to send your messages to. If you're in the diaspora, you can actually call us with that, especially for those who are watching us on YouTube. And the number to call again is 08036929933. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Yeah, Esther, good evening.
Good evening. How are you? Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. This is my first time I've been trying to get you.
Wow.
I cannot get you.
Welcome, sir.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Mr. Christopher calling you from Lawansin.
Mr. Christopher from Lawansin. How is Lawansin today?
Yes, fine, very, very fine. It's only rain is a little bit much in the morning.
Oh, sorry about that. It's the season.
Please, there are two things important I want to say. Please, two things is important. One, I want to do something for your birthday. I don't know how to reach you. Two, Agumo, tell Mr. Agumo that he need a carton of Heineken, full Heineken from me. I've been trying. So if you come to your office at the airport, I wouldn't mind to come and drop that thing for him. Tell him that he's well with his generation.
All right, sir.
I love you so much, the way you talk, the way you put things. But my another problem I have with you is like you speak more outside than Igbo. You don't hear Igbo very, very well. Then, in conclusion, my brother in the studio, may God honor you in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
You push allow Malami to suffer small. Please allow him to suffer small. I love what brother said there. Again, when he was in power, nobody heard. He was always tormenting people. Allow El-Rufai, take El-Rufai to where Nnamdi Kanu is. So now the Kanu become president, he will become vice president. Because when he can remember when he using caterpillar, those are to bringing people house down. he should bring people out than in those days when he was the minister of Abuja.
Yes, FCT minister.
Even he did it to the opposition in Kaduna. He did it to opposition in Kaduna too.
So it's one by one. It's one by one, turn by turn.
Yes.
One by one, turn by turn. But they shouldn't forget, tomorrow is bigger than today.
Exactly.
Tomorrow is bigger than today. I'm listening to you, Esther. Believe in me, you speak like Imo State. I'm listening to you every day.
Thank you, Sam. From Imo State, actually.
May God give you plenty of children in Jesus' name.
Amen. Oh, thank you so much, and the money to take care of the plenty children.
Yes, baby Mink.
So if anyhow I can support you for that your birthday, I'm interested.
Thank you so much, sir. You can come to the office, sir. We appreciate you.
I will be there live.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. Do you have yourself a wonderful evening? Oh God, though. So I speak more Hausa. To be honest, I actually spent my teenage years in the north. So. It doesn't mean I don't speak my language. I speak my language very well. Maybe it's English, but I'm so young for more. Don't worry. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Esther, can you hear me?
Very well, sir. Welcome. Good evening.
Yes, Akodiba is my name.
Akodiba, what happened?
Yes. Esther, I've been trying to reach you, but getting you is very difficult. But I listen every day.
Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Sorry about that.
Good evening, sir.
It's okay. Esther.
Sir?
My take will be on economy and the reform of this president. Esther, this president and the president of Argentina begin a reform in their respective country at the same hour and at the same time. The people of Argentina are seeing the reform that their president is being done. They are feeling it in their homes, on the streets, in the hospital, in the marketplace, wherever they are. Even the IMF is identifying what is happening in Argentina, there is a reform indeed. Now, they juxtapose it with our own president who is also carrying out a reform. Both of them started at the same time. Our own, we are being told that it will start yielding fruit in 2031. What kind of reform is this? And what kind of economy is this? These are the same two men who took the charge of their nation at the same time. At the same time. Now, this man in Argentina is pulling his people. Esther, please, you can fact check me.
You're right, actually.
Check how many people this man have pulled out of poverty within 3 years. Check the reform he have carried out in Argentina.
I think I read a report, was it 3 weeks ago? His name is Javier Milei, the Argentinian president. And they said his 2 years in office was excessively impressive.
You check how many people this man have pulled out of poverty. Look at how the middle class is right now rejoicing in Argentina. Look at how the poor are migrating into middle class. Now look at, juxtapose it with what is this man is going on, is happening in Nigeria. Now the rich is sinking into middle class. The middle class is sinking into poverty. The people of the poor is now on the street destitute. What kind of a thing is this? And people will still come and tell me that what he's doing is good and he should continue. Like the one you told, the Bayo Onanuga you said.
Yes.
I don't know where the man is coming from. That is just the truth. But every Nigerians are not docile. Every Nigerians read, we Google, we see things that is happening around the world. And we can tell him that what they are doing is absolutely progressing in error. They are progressing in error. Our economy is in shambles. The security, nothing to write home about. Like as I told you, you people always talk of this Menel Fund. Whenever you talk of it, it pissed me off. It pissed me off because, Esther, I used to tell you this. The women selling pepper used to train their children in the university before now. Okay, without owing nobody. The people who rose Bori used to train their children in the university without owing anybody. But due to the economic hardship of this country, they can't do it anymore. Family who have not been owing now are in debt. Their children who should be the breadwinner tomorrow are now in debt, even in their teenage years.
Yes.
What kind of government is that? Just tell me, what kind of government is that? And somebody telling me he's carrying out a reform. Which reform are we carrying out? Is he carrying out? Esther, tell me, please. Esther, wait, what was handed over to these people is number one economy in Africa. fastest growing economy in the world, investment destination of people around the world. Look at what they have done it. And they are telling me they are carrying out a reform. Reform who bastardized them. Now we are the poverty capital of the world. Wow. That is number one.
Number one, most malnourished children.
Okay. Number two, they are boasting. The people who was handed over the largest economy in the world are now boasting that we have the highest political party in Africa. Esther, please tell me, which country have you ever seen that is boasting about their political power? Have you seen any?
Yeah, no.
People boast of their economic power. That is what China is rubbing shoulders with every countries of the world. That is what Argentina is doing now. That is what Germany is doing. That is what America is doing. Their economic power, not their political party.
Akudiba, you are raising my blood pressure.
No, Esther, please, I'm not right. That is the fact.
You are rising it. I did not say you are raising it. You are rising it.
We are putting it on the table. That is just, Nigerians should just know this. It's crystal clear. Everybody is seeing it. Okay? Let them check the reform, because it's the same mantra both of them are using. The one that is happening in Argentina, how the people are being lifted out of poverty, how everybody is enjoying, and take how the rich are being sinking into middle class, the middle class into poverty, the poverty people into destitute. That is what is happening in Nigeria. Just take it now.
Thank you so much,
it's very unfortunate. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. The president of Argentina, his name is Javier Milei. He entered, I think, September 10, 2023, the same time as, in fact, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came in before him. And in 2 years, oh God, when I read his report, I was like, God, please, what was the magic? What was the mechanism? Okay, so they said he inherited the world's highest inflation rate of 211%. I don't even think Nigeria has gotten to that from the previous perennial government. Okay, currently from 211%, currently their inflation rate is 31%. Nigeria's inflation rate is about 33%. They consider that the lowest level of their inflation. See, I told Akudiba not to raise my blood pressure or my anger. That I really need to contain myself, because if I react like this, I don't know how you guys want to react. So apparently, the budget of Argentina is showing a surplus for the first time in 14 years, okay? Achieved through significant cuts in government spending, which is what I expected this government to do.
That is where our own got it wrong. You came in and inherited an economy that is this devastated, then you now began to
enlarge
it and began to live a profligate
more than the previous administration.
Begin to live flamboyant lifestyle inside the economy that is already very choked up and shrinking.
He merged ministries. He abolished agencies. I thought the president was also going to do the same thing. I thought we even heard that was what he was going to do. I don't know what happened. He reduced subsidies and laid off 56,000 civil servants to date, many of whom had been hired by the previous government at short notice as a welfare measure for loyal party cadres, despite empty coffers. Despite the savings, the Argentine economy is growing this year. The IMF is expecting 4.5% growth on an annual basis, the highest growth rate in Latin America. What were his indices for this? And these are the basics, just the basics. This is something that in the space of a year or two, you can actually achieve it. What were the attractive, whatever, for investment gain? There were consistent dismantling of regulations. There was bold liberalization from the housing market to air transport and reduction of custom duties and price controls from imported goods. There was regulation. They prompted large foreign investment of over $200 million US. Let me not talk. Let me calm down. 08036929933. That's the number. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. What's your name, please? Hello. Okay. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. My name is Obimo from Mazamaza.
Welcome, sir. Can you speak up, please? You sound like you're. Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, probably the network. I said my name is Obimo from Mazamaza.
Mr. Ola, welcome. How are you today?
I'm fine. And you? How are you doing?
I do.
Can you hear me?
So somebody raised my anger. I'm trying to bring it down.
Actually, I know the situation of the country. I really feel for you guys, you presenters, and what you guys go through. I really feel for you guys because you guys just need something to cool off yourself about the country and everything. Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Am I right?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Good evening, my brother. You're welcome.
Yeah, yeah. How you doing?
I'm good.
I really. There's one thing I like about your analyst, your analyst, like Mr. Elvis and some of them. They really, hit the nail, the point on it, and they don't tribalize things. That's why I really like listening to some of your analysts on
Thank
your
you
show.
so much.
Okay, let me go. Yeah, let me go to the police allowing the terrorists to pass by and they could not do anything. If you check most of the years by, everything has been compromised in terms of our security. Everything has been compromised. So it's not going to be easy for Nigeria at this point. We need solution, a drastic one, just like what you just read. The Argentine president did. We need someone that will drastically carry out this thing. That's the truth. Because if we don't get some, and one thing we have in this country, it's full of tribalism. The moment a president comes in and says he wants to do this, one tribe will shout, "You are trying to, affect our people.
Yeah.
This and this, blah blah blah." You understand? So until we all come together and decide that there will be no tribal issue or no tribal differences, we just have one person that will deal this thing squarely, and everything will be okay. And I know we'll get there one day. We will.
Amen.
We'll get there
We'll
one
get
day.
there.
Yeah, it's just that I'm not trying to support anybody coming 2027. I'll just go there. I just don't want to say that because the person that will get there in 2027 needs to do a drastic, action that will ensure that the cost of governance is reduced. Wastages, curbing wastages. Let me tell you the truth. Nigeria, all our revenues, what we are getting is so minimal. I keep telling people, Nigeria is meant to be boasting of probably 250 or 500 billion dollars every year as revenue. That is what we're meant to go. There are lots of leakages, include all the parastatals. Are you talking about NRS? Are you talking about everywhere? There's lots of leakages. It's even more than the revenue the federal government is getting.
They are deliberately
Thank you very
created.
much.
They are deliberately created.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Yes. Yes.
People are benefiting from
Thank you
it.
very much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much,
you very
Mr. Ola, for
much.
calling. God bless you. See, I know that
much.
drastic measures in this country right now is not
Surgical
something.
operation.
Yeah, it's not something that a lot of Nigerians will accept. The problem Nigerians are having is this administration said that they needed to do such surgical operation, and the first thing they did was to remove fuel subsidy because it was not beneficial and it was not helping with our reserves. Agreed. But the thing is, there is no accountability in government spending. If you try and check, there's a website where the government displays all they have spent based on monies they generated, that is income and expenditures. They don't update. There's no update on that.
No.
You understand? Missing funds, monies like the Abacha loot, some monies that they were able to recuperate from people who had looted. They don't show us how they use these monies. There's a problem in that. I know that kind of surgical operation that needs to be done in our economy will not be embraced by all. But when you see certain persons benefiting, for example, if you have reduced your cost of governance, if you have reduced your cabinet, we'll say, okay, the president is actually making himself uncomfortable because he's trying to do the talk.
Exactly.
So if you're doing the talk, we're saying you're doing the talk, and you're telling us, be patient. These things we're doing is not easy. All right? Do you understand
100%.
what I'm saying?
But when you are doing the opposite and you are telling us,
do you understand?
We are the only one tightening our bed. They have lose their own bed.
We're not seeing you call out people who are spending money, those who have done a lot of massive corruption, call them to. We're not seeing any of that. So if you're doing that, we'll say, okay, fine. This administration is trying.
Under his own administration, Betta Edu did her own and got away with it. The OG, the former minister for technology, whatever, that 4G certificate, did his own and got away with it.
When they invited him to court, he refused to appear.
Just imagine such thing. So when you
or allegations against the Senate president, which a lot of them. Ifan Yoko, I heard he was in the AFCC, whatever. Was it yesterday or day for yesterday? He's still moving freely. He's galvanizing.
Yahaya Bello.
You know,
these are things that They are so
as well.
discouraging.
Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Good evening, Esther Nwachukwu.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for your good job.
Thank you very much, sir. Welcome.
I'm greeting Mr.
Mr. Elvis.
I have difficulty. Mr. Elvis.
Yeah, good evening,
He's doing
sir.
a good job.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, my brother. God bless you.
I appreciate, sir. Welcome, sir.
Esther.
Sir?
You're welcome, Esther.
Sir?
The caller before the last caller. May God bless him.
Amen.
Min Akudigba.
This, I think so. May God bless him. Esther, I'm not calling to say anything. You are too nice. You are too nice. And I pray you meet a heaven husband who will take care of you.
Amen.
Thank you so much, sir. Amen.
Yes. Look, if the English people say you are too nice, it's not good again, oh.
Hey.
You know that? It's not good. Look, I can't be watching your program and I'm getting...
Sir, what happened now?
Network.
Please call us back. Oh, and he's calling from Chicago, right? Okay. Yeah. I think he's called back.
It's a foreign call.
Yes. Hello, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Thank you for calling back. Is it network or you got a call?
No, I didn't get a call. Maybe problem or something like that.
All right. Okay. Go ahead.
Said, I can't be watching your program and I'm having running stomach about Mark giving everybody 2 minutes to contribute. Whoever is contribute, which is not less, please call the person off. When I'm listening to this man, whenever he calls, I always have stomach running. I always have problem with my stomach.
Sorry,
please, God
sir.
bless you. Please take note.
Okay, sir.
Bye-bye. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
All right, sir. Good night. Have yourself a wonderful
Good
evening.
night.
08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Esther, you are very from this one. That Mark is using stomach upset. You better.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. This is Mayor from First Time.
Mayor, welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Your analysis this evening is top notch.
Thank you, sir.
I think I agree with you 100% that Nigerians should vote 2027 and defend their vote. Because the worst thing that happened to this country is for this Tinubu regime to come back. That is the fact. This is not a question of God forbid or anything. That is the worst. That is the worst. In fact, people that are spiritual, when you see that kind of dream, when you have it, you just go and start fasting. You go and I'm telling you. Because the way they are going now, at this Onanuga, this was a Onanuga that was, I was listening to most of these things during the military era.
Yeah.
This man, how he just turned and became something else is unimaginable. Because the way they were talking, in fact, that time people were believing that maybe Nigeria will be better with this kind of people. So look at what he's saying, that everybody is seeing this thing as this administration are just failed woefully. I just spending. It's so unfortunate, but I think he's just bringing his reputation, because this kind of a thing is very real. It's very real.
Yeah.
And I'm very sure that anybody that supports this administration and maybe blowing the trumpet for the administration will definitely meet his water, because it's natural. It's not about a cost or anything. It's natural. Going by what we are seeing, we have seen El-Rufai. Look at Malami that told us that Malami said that when Nnamdi Kanu was arrested from Kenya, he said that you can't compare national security to parliamentary movement. When called him, he said Nnamdi Kanu human rights has nothing to do with his military. But look at where he is now. Look at El-Rufai celebrated Nnamdi Kanu when it was started. So most of these things are real. So people that are not, let them continue. It's turn by turn.
All right, Mayor, thank you for calling.
Yes.
Thank you. Good night. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Esther.
Sir, good evening.
AB.
Is this AB? Hey, AB.
Yes.
AB, good evening. How body? We did. You don't come back.
I still did. I hope you dey hear me.
I did hear you.
All right. See, everybody knows a country hard. Shey they get me? Me, I'm a realist. Are you getting me? We all know. I know how much I used to buy a carton of Indomie during the days of Jonathan, 800 naira. I know it's 6,000 naira today. We cannot lie. But looking at all of them, no one is good. This one where it bad small, but it gets, when it day before, it gets that woman's sympathy. It do things for people, thousands of people. Train lawyers, train doctors, she understand. See, let me tell you something. When I was very young as a small boy, I used to wonder when people, Israelite called Solomon a bad tax collector. During the time when his son wanted to become king, they called Solomon the greatest king, the greatest king, the wisest king. They called him a bad tax collector. Now, so government, they always need money. Now, people go try to understand and encourage. See, that when you start, blame, it turns people or government into monsters. Are you getting? See, so, in most of the in most of the economic policies and whatever, there are potentialities in them. It's economists that will understand. Okay. You know why? Because Nigeria don't spoil my sister. You know, when you start your program, I dey watch you, I dey feel your pain. But this one still better pass others. That's why some folks they support and obviously they get anything from me as I get no one. She understand. But I don't see most of the things when you don't do before. See, if you go Lagos, for Lagos, you get bridge where train they pass. Where that kind of thing be for this Nigeria. Now this man lead this thing down. You they get me. That's why some of us we some as Europe, all those America, all they be so. Now like this, they start all this infrastructure drive. It can bring about industrial openings where money can be plenty. We just start our own. Now today we start. Nigeria don't bad. So if we talk, maybe people not look like say we don't know what we really talk. We self we know, but understanding I matter. Hello.
I did hear you, AB. You don't finish. Thank you so much, AB.
You are the one that how you take manage all this negativity every day. Your psychological well-being.
AB, good night, Mr. Elvis.
Yeah, you see, what he doesn't understand is this. Nigerians are always the one that are bearing the brunt. Keep bearing with us. Keep bearing with us. Keep bearing with us. Understand. On the other way, their own side, they don't even know how to talk about bearing. If this president comes, as when he came in 2023 and said no, this presidential fleet, they are even too much.
Yeah.
We don't even have a national carrier. Can some of them be converted to Nigeria?
Do you understand?
Nigerians will say,
This will understand. Hello, good evening, sir.
Esther, long time.
Yes, sir. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. Talking to Malam Ibrahim Damfulani.
Sir?
Malam Ibrahim Damfulani.
Malam Ibrahim, I missed you. Oh, thank God. Hey, welcome, sir. How you day?
Fine. Now the GIIQ.
Okay, we did try. Now, some we did do.
Okay, let me get Elvis.
Mr. Elvis, he's fine.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. How is everything?
Very fine. Welcome, sir.
May God bless you.
Amen.
May God bless you, sir.
Amen, sir.
You see, this security issue. Can I say one thing?
Yes, sir.
90% of the challenges we are facing in this country were brought up. Me, personally, I'm a Fulani, my tribe, and my language. And we are the ones that are going to make things better with the Fulani. All our leaders, Sultan, the governors, blah, 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 Dangote, the gentleman in Boa, what do we call his name?
Samad.
Samad. what do we call the other one in Rano, Asma, all of them are Fulani plus. All of them you think of. The 72 first class area we have in the north, all are Fulani. So all the challenges you are facing in this country, they are part and parcel of the people that created it. If we want everybody to sleep with his two eyes closed, we the Fulani know how to bring this situation within 24 hours. I bet you. But since they have interest, all of them within the areas, the government, all of them have personal interest in this issue. That is why you see the security will never down. Most especially that security they are collecting, they share it within themselves with the areas, with the traditional rights. Everybody is their part and parcel of it. So look at yesterday, Esther. Can you remember the other gentleman challenging Igbo?
Yes.
Can you remember?
Yes.
If you heard what he said today in BBC Hausa, I think if you go, I'm sorry to say it in national television, if you go like to go and attack them, they will make Oyo be ungovernable. That is how my people are. Land grabbing. We are the kind of people that will never forgive and forget. The Fulani man will tell his children for 100 years to go and retaliate. So we are, oh God, it passes me. So if anybody talk about Fulani, I'm not happy, but we deserve it. Let all of us say it. Nobody should interfere. Let us continue killing ourselves. When we kill our, what pain me pass, we are entering to the south. Let us stay in the north. Let us do that rubbish in the north. We are not supposed to even cross the border to come to the south. That is the truth about it. That is the truth about it. There's all these billionaires. Listen, anywhere you see, let me give you an example. My 12, you know my 12?
Yes.
Where they are selling pepper, all our houses, no Fulani there. They are saying they are not troublemakers. Alaba houses, they are not troublemakers. But if you go where they're selling cows, this Opik at Bega,
yes.
Bumalu, that is where my people are Fulani. That is where the criminals stay. They are all troublemakers. An average Fulani man will never be a beggar. Now, be beggar. We will not be beg. We will not be beg. It can make you know for it. Fulani man will be beg for Lagos. And not we they do the Okana. The people who are doing the Okana at the outside. We oppress them in their land. We collect their land. Take everything from the outside, and they are majority than us. But we overpower them. Any trouble, the Fulani man will call somebody from Niger, Chad, Mali, Guinea, Gambia, Guinea-Bissau to come and attack. That is what we believe in. And we are in the Western world. If we don't believe in education, why are we dealing it? We are the people that gain it more than any other tribe in this country. The Fulani holds way more than any other tribe. Go and check the history.
Thank you, Malam. Thank you so much for calling. God bless you. Thank you. It's amazing to actually hear him admit all of this. It's not the first time
he speaks like a patriot.
Yes, he's a patriot. A lot of them who are exposed will condemn all of these activities. Like I said,
it became so bad because their leaders are actually in support of these miscreants who are doing this.
Exactly.
If they actually come to speak the truth to as expected, this thing would have festered to this
level.
Yes, because they are beneficiary of it.
Exactly. Hello, good evening.
Hello, sir. This is Ola.
Ola, you're taking people's time. All right, go ahead very quickly.
Sorry. Yeah, I wanted to correct the narrative of AB.
Okay.
About the train in Lagos. We should not give credit to the current president. We'll give credit to the late Jack Ondeh. It was him that had the blueprint. And I think he started. It was about to start. And everything. He had the blueprint. And it was the late president Buhari that truncated that and that stopped it in Lagos. So whenever they talk about this, simply let's correct the narrative. It is not this current president that had the blueprint. It was the late Jack Ondeh, and that is why both of them do have the same ideology.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ola. God bless you. Thank you.
At the same time, Jack Ondeh, came up with that idea. That was also when Egypt began their own.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. My name is Celestin John.
Celestin John, welcome. Is this your first time?
No, this is not my first. I called last week.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Please, this everyone is listening to me. I don't like If you don't get anything when you want to talk at all, you don't get anything when you want to talk. We want people to get sense so they're going to talk. Ebi and Mark, they don't need to talk. They don't need to call self. We don't want to hear their talk at all. And the people that are the main propaganda for Nigeria, and they don't want it for this country. AP and Mark. I beg. More than the people those people call. Then we don't need them for this country.
We don't know they could pick up. We don't know the person.
They know the number.
We don't know the person.
We know they see their name.
Only pick
Also,
us.
an animal farm, there be animal farm. They don't need to do Nigeria at all.
Okay, so let's see.
Tinubu government no get to the one of us now. When I go Kovun, when I go to teach people for Kovun, the way they govern people. No for a year.
All right, so
Thank
let's
you.
see.
Good night.
Good night. 08036929933. That's the number. 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good because you know why?
Why?
There's no light, but the weather is cool.
Consolation.
I like you. Good evening. I like your spirit. Welcome, sir. Please, what's your name?
I can sleep comfortable with that light. So all thanks go to the Almighty God.
Welcome, sir. What's your name?
Besides this, I greet you.
Good evening, sir.
This is Mayor from the country.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Besides this,
thank you, sir.
There's a music played by Sir Warrior from Imo State. He said, Omuma Gesina Malao, Omebe Gesine Malao, Omeja.
Maybe your people, the language.
Sword shall go by sword.
Imo State.
That's not sound like Igbo.
Go by God. Let me tell you about Erufai and Malami. Remember 2 years ago, they are on top of the world. Today they are here. Eru and Malami treated Nnamdi Kanu all the way from Kenya and brought him down to Nigeria and jailed him. Today he's in the same place with Nnamdi Kanu. That's by the way. Onanuga, let him be watchful. Let Bayo let him be watchful. Because one day you'll be where Erufai and Malami is today. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much, sir, for calling. I like that man's spirit too. You know, in a place of despondency,
yes,
you're finding joy. That's beautiful. That's
Yes,
beautiful.
That's Nigerians.
That's Nigerians.
Very resilient people.
Anyway, it is well. 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Esther.
Hi, welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. My name is Shola.
Shola, welcome. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Mr. Harris, I greet you.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Yes, sir. You know, we need to keep asking ourselves. If you don't know where you are coming from, if you don't know your history, you won't be able to tackle the problem you have.
Very true.
How did we get here? If you listen to even the revelations of IBB, when during June 12th, these same politicians, most of them, what I want to bring out is that they are not patriotic elements.
At all.
All they are after is just to come there and eat and go. IBB mentioned, he said people against having, what's his name, MKO as the president. David Mark was mentioned amongst those that said that if they give it to MKO, I don't know how to put this, that he will be shot. It's the same David Mark when he was the Senate president that said the phone is not for common Nigerians.
Communication minister.
Can you remember?
Yes.
Communication minister.
It was a gradual thing. Nigeria got where it is today gradually. You understand? And we opened our eyes and we're looking at them. All of them. You see, by their fruit you shall know them. Look at people like Fashola. You will know that these people are sensitive to the plight of people. When he was governor, Fashola would disguise and come to my two there. I used to work in Tinkan. You understand?
Fashola is my guy.
Look at people like Zulum. Zulum is something that can vote for it to be a president of this country.
In spite of all the insecurity.
I'm telling you, he goes out. The kind of people we need as leaders, we don't have them. The people, look at Showore, was even watching, look at people that follow him. It's people that are ready to lay their lives down. You understand? So it's so unfortunate when I saw that video of a police and saw those insurgents. Look at what Nigeria has turned into, a failed state. So now I want to round up by saying this. You know what my worry is actually? My worry is these people have read the Riot Act. The president said it many times. There was a time he said he knows how tough it was before he became president.
Yeah.
He said he was able to become president. He said, now, is it now that he's there You know what that statement means? It means that he will do whatever it takes.
That's what I'm
Do you
telling
understand?
Esther.
Now my worry now is that look at every other people. Look at even MC Olom. See the Senate people singing on your mandate we shall stand. These are the elements against Nigerians. Look at all the governors. And that is why I don't like hearing all these tribal sentiments. When some people from the East, all their governors are in support of this man. So it's a battle between these people and Nigerians. Even the Sunday Igboho, it is something that will work for his favor, that he will allow to sail through. Where was he when Sunday Igboho was being chased out of the country? Now, Sunday Igboho is now singing praises of him. You don't get my point now. What this election that is coming, let Nigerians, the reactions of Nigerians is what I'm worried about. Because this last election of Ekiti, you understand?
Yes.
It's still giving me fear. You have so many Nigerians that are just voters on social media. How ready are we? It's just my worry. Now, how ready are we?
True.
You get my perspective. That is just what I want to say.
Thank you so much, Shola. You made very concrete, vital points. He made very concrete, vital points.
Yeah.
Not just getting your PVC ready to protect your votes. I said it earlier in the show that I am going to vote, because normally during elections like this, I just go to cover it and get reactions. But this time around, I'm participating in the process. I'm going to protect the process. I'm going to ensure that the process is completely covered. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you very much. Good evening, sir. Patrick is calling from Okota.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
I greet your analyst in the studio.
Mr. Elvis.
Good evening, sir.
Elvis.
Good evening, sir.
Elvis.
Well done, sir.
Elvis.
I did hear you, sir.
For how long are you going to stand strong for Nigeria?
We are in together.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You see, 2027 is a signature for Nigeria. Either to sign it right or to sign it wrong. Now, we are talking about the people who are in the helm of affairs of organizing election in Nigeria. Then, when we begin to complain of the sitting government appointing INEC officials, what is wrong with us telling the government to allow civil society organization to INEC officials for us? I was talking about Younger Africa. We are talking about what other one do we call them? There are so many, whatever we can call them.
Rap and all.
Yes. They should be the one to appoint INEC official for us, because they will be the one to observe how elections are going and tell us where it went wrong, where it did not go wrong.
Yes, sir. Hello? Oh, wow. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine.
What's your name?
Of my sister. Thank you for picking my call.
You're welcome, sir. What's your name?
Great, Mr. Elvis. This is Engineer Ola calling from Abuja.
Engineer Ola,
good evening.
Welcome.
Esther.
Yes, sir.
You know, I've been listening to the contributions of everybody. You see, I want to, if you give a lot of people a chance, you know, it's because of the way they censored the radio, all the program on all our broadcasting. If not, see, you will hear words for the. I don't want to use. I don't want to offend you. That man that spoke yesterday on Arise.
Okay.
When I listened to that statement, because that man already, to me, I've already said because I don't want to use, you know, the opposite of sense, yeah. You know, something like senseless. So that's how I normally take that person. You see, I normally go back to the word of Mr. Former President Jonathan. It is easy to wake somebody who is really sleeping. You know, when somebody who is really asleep, when you just tap that person, you know, he will wake up faster. You understand what I'm saying now?
Yes.
You know that this person is really asleep. Than for you to wake somebody who is pretending to sleep.
be sleeping.
See, it just shows you that these people, and sometimes they'll tell you, oh, Mr. President has been fighting for democracy. He's not fighting for democracy. This is what he's fighting for. And every time I wake up, Esther, every time I wake up, even when I sleep, I'm even dreaming that, does this man really want to do 8 years? He has done 3 years, Esther. Things is like this.
Hellish.
And this man wants to do 8 years. Because all this one that people are just talking about. See, this man doesn't care. You see that signature of 8, that logo of 8 that is wearing up and down. That dream must be fulfilled. At the expense of what, Esther? And the one that pains me most for somebody like me is that some of my own fellow Nigerians, because I don't want to, that's why, like I said, I don't want to offend you because I have strong word for them. And they will come out and tell you, oh, it is the best thing that happened to Nigeria since whatever. This thing is very simple now. It's just a very simple math. 1 + 1, 2, 2 + 2. Just put them together. Before you come in, somebody took fuel price from 80-something naira, 100 naira, also that he removed subsidy, or 140. You protested. You said he wants to kill Nigeria. You call him all sort of names, Esther. You call him all sort of names. There is nothing you not call Jonathan then. And then you now came in 8 years to that time. Even let me say after 8 years, you now come in as a president, and then we are now back fuel, Esther, for 1,000 something. Just like one of my friends said in the UK, say if Nigeria can take that kind of thing, Nigeria can take any rubbish. It is rubbish.
All right, thank you for calling.
And then you now see what is happening with Sowore. See, I've already said it, just like one of us said. He said he doesn't know the difference between a terrorist and the Nigerian government. I'm telling you the truth. And he said, if somebody explain Nigerian to you and you understand, that means your chances of getting mad is really close.
It's close. Psychiatric patient.
Thank you, my sister.
Good night.
Have a nice
Good
night.
night. Hello, Chinekenna. 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, hello, good evening. How are you?
I'm good.
What's your name?
Yes, this is David.
David, calling from where?
Calling from UK, please.
All right, David, quickly, please go ahead.
Oh, okay. What I want to say about this ongoing discussion is that I think the media house in Nigeria need to play a very big role for us to help us get out of this situation, because we can't get these criminals out of office without proper voter education.
Yeah.
We need to help. We need to help to Nigerians to know that no, you don't need to sell your vote. You don't need to sell your vote, and when you vote, you need to wait and defend your vote to make sure that your vote counts. This is the only way we can turn things around.
Very true.
Otherwise, this politician, they will continue to mess around with everybody. You can imagine what happened in Ekiti, and to even worsen the situation, the UK is it ambassador or whatever?
Yeah.
Was congratulating the government.
They commended.
That was so. I'm just angry. I've been trying to hold myself. You don't know what we are going through. Yes, we are not in Nigeria, but some of us really want to be in Nigeria, and that is the truth. Some of us want to enjoy our country, want to enjoy home, because no matter how you live wherever you may be, no place like home, and that is the truth. That is the truth.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for calling. Yeah. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Esther. Good
Yes.
evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, Esther. Mr. Elvis, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome, sir.
This is UC.
Yes, Esther.
Oh, yeah, UC, very quickly, because I want to take some messages.
Esther, this one you are rushing. Let me.
No verse.
It's okay. Have a great day.
UC, talk now. Talk. What's wrong with you?
Rush talk. Esther, don't worry.
Okay, talk.
Esther, relax. Esther, see, I am proud of the work that I'm doing in radio, honestly. You are really, no evening I tune to your program, I'm not blessed. I imagine a lot of Nigerians listening all over the world, the way you're impacting them. You are doing very, very well, Esther. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. Let me leave it for today, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, you see now, you see one talk and he wanted time. You see, I'm so sorry. All right, so let me quickly take some messages. Good evening, VOP. Please help me tell Tinubu now that Ebola have entered the country of France, let him not go there and bring it to Nigeria. I will be from 7 and 8. Good evening, Esther, to your special guest in the studio, Mr. Elvis. You see, APC government don't show us shiggy. Things are very, very expensive in this country. The country, they're getting poorer and the rich are getting richer. APC government and Bola Tinubu don't destroy this country. No food, no light, no security. You can imagine 210 trillion naira just vanished. Just
vanish.
Just that Tinubu and his cabinet know what happened to them.
The rest don't. They don't.
Austin from Orilowo Ejigbo. All right, good evening, Esther. What the president's spokesperson said was so shameful, and I can't believe how someone of that status can just make such a statement. In fact, it's so sad that these are the people who are with the president, and what can we, the citizens, expect? Bankole RS. Good evening, Esther, Mr. Elvis and VOP family. Onanuga is very correct, because if life isn't good for Nigerians, they're supposed to do something that will show the ruling class that the hardship is unbearable to them. But he can brag because they have captured the state and also used tribe and religion to divide the masses. So their political slaves can do anything for them, not minding if they suffer to death. Only in Nigeria or some black African countries this nonsense can fester. Amici from Mafaluku. Good evening, our VOP family. Whether Tinubu's aides are telling him truth or not of what Nigerians are passing through under this government, Tinubu knows everything and that he knows he's not doing well. How can he budget 10 billion naira for a project and gave 500 million naira? Who is fooling who? Fabian from Igondo. 200 years of silence. Oh God, this is a write-up. Okay, I don't think I can read this here. Esther and Co. I agreed. This is Master Po. It irritates me when both the press and your analysts consecutively breathe out that the president cabinet members always misinform him that all is well with Nigerians and Nigeria. This pisses me up because the president can't swear that he is unaware that Nigerians are in a big mess and are living in limbo since their ascension. He doesn't need anybody to tell him what Nigerians are passing through, because the consequences of his policies are naked and transparent to even non-Nigerians outside Nigeria. None of them is comfortable and convenient for Nigerians. So please, it will be unfair for the impression that the president is being misinformed by his cabinet members to continue flowing, especially through the press, because the president is fully aware that nothing is working in this country. Okay, well, sometimes we try to give benefit of the doubt that because of how isolated he is, because we heard that they used to give them fake newspaper that everything is okay. That's the spokesperson of Buhari. It wasn't additional one of the other guys. We also heard very well that they don't have access to their phones. They decide
to tell you how they are gagged. Buhari's wife came out and started shouting that this is not the government that the husband wanted to
float. Mr. Kpo, which could be the challenges that the president doesn't have direct access to the reality, outside Aso Rock Villa or outside his place of comfort. Good evening, VRP. Kerosene is now 2,000 naira for a liter. Angel from Akonwajo.
A liter. Kerosene.
I tell my mama now. She thinks I lie. Okay, good evening. It's Adeyemi Kamaru from Banana Island, Lagos. The DSS sent a letter demanding that Showore retract the post and publish an apology. Showore publicly rejected the DSS demand and said he would not backtrack the post. His loud supporters advised him back then. Even AIT apologized to Tinubu when they published false information about him. All right, sorry, I had to take a cough there. Mr. Kamuru, now you give me cough. All right, this is Zach from Ota. He says, please tell Mr. Elvis that the education he talks about was 1983 and not 1993. Mr. Elvis.
Which education? You see, 1983 was free education. I said that was UPN government in Bender State, my state. But I'm telling that same person that in 1993-94, in my final year, this is what I paid as my last school fees in my final year. I didn't mistake it. 1979 to 1983, I enjoyed free education. as a secondary school student in my state, Bende, Old Bende. That's what I'm saying.
Good evening, VOP. Please allow me to contribute this opinion of mine concerning the administration management of NDC by its leader, as if the party is one-man business that can be run as if it is a personal business by the founders. I say this because if not checked and corrected now, it may not go well with the candidates for elections of the party in future and may lead to betrayal, abuses, and not in the interest of the aspirants in the party for national offices in future. Solution: somebody, a member of the party, should approach the court now, challenging the administrative style of the party as if it is a one-man business, and pray the court to clarify the position of how a political party should be run democratically and not as a one-man business, which might result into sellouts and betrayals by the leadership of the party. From Ken in Lagos. Hi, Esther, Mr. Elvis. Don't know if you guys will discuss on the state police thingy, but permit me to announce to Nigerians, the ones that have not figured it out already, that our security infrastructure has failed us. State policing will not improve anything. The next thing you're going to hear is local government requesting for same until it becomes clear that the government cannot secure its citizens again. And just like water, light, and the rest, citizens will have to be securing their own selves again. God help us. Olu from Egbeda. Esther, there is this proverb: the monkey is dancing while eating banana, not knowing that what is sweet kills. Leave Mr. Onanuga and his group, they will know that what is sweet kills in 2027. Queen Esther, good evening to you and all in the house. Today's analyst is very sound. Esther, dear, my concern is the opposition party. What is their stay on the INEC matter? Which way out? We come out and vote yes. What is the assurance that the votes will count? Will there be party agents all over the polling unit? Thank you. Well done, Madam V. Hello, Esther. Help me use this medium to advise the new Minister of Finance, Mr. Taiwo Oyedele, to get the template that the former minister, Mr. Wale Edun, was using, which brought about speedy growth and sustainability in the Nigerian stock market. For the past few weeks, the stock market keeps recording losses, which is at the edge of collapse. At this juncture, something fast needs to be done to revive it. If the president's projection of a $1 trillion economy is to be actualized and not a situation where it would turn out to be another propaganda. Olora Mawao, God bless Nigeria. Temitope Onataye from Ijagemo community.
That's a very good one.
Very good one. Good evening, Sister Esther, Mr. Elvis. God bless you. You guys are doing a great job. My take is, in a country where the lion is a baba, don't blame goat for a bushy hair. That is what we're facing now in this country. Ajaka from Ijesha.
Very proverb. That's an African proverb. Good one.
Mr. Gabriel from Ikorodu. Your message, Olonga Opa. I can't read it. I don't have the time. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Onanuga, I'm so sorry for him. Maybe we should change our presidency from Aso Rock, because Dr. Ruben Abati told us that office is infested with evil spirit to the extent that the occupiers change in all forms from simple morality. A mass plotting from NDC. Esther, I told you these oppositions haven't given us a better alternative. We might likely return APC in the next election. God bless Nigeria and save us from our oppressors. Mr. Elvis, poverty has been weaponized, so no matter the level of sensitization of the Nigerian orientation agencies, Nigerians are going to continue to sell their votes. Thanks. Yemi from Songwater. Good evening, Esther, Mr. Elvis. My name is Apila. No news is new, Esther. More Nigerians are lamenting, more they're doing the worst. So let's turn cool and come out and vote in masses. Thanks, Esther and Elvis. Make Mr. Mark call and analyze if Nigerians are suffering or not, and ask him why fuel is not reducing even after the end of the war, since he's APC spokesperson on radio. Thank you. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you. State police is a nice step to curb insecurity at the local level. However, the major problem is the abuse of it by some governors, especially during next year's elections. Mr. Onanuga's unpalatable statements yesterday is unbecoming of a professional journalist who hitherto was perceived as someone who stands on the ladder of truth. I highly regret patronizing his magazine in the past. Noah from Igondo. Esther, good evening. Please tell your analysts that Nigeria will only get better when Nigerians wake up. Patrick from EJ Ododo. Mr. Elvis, thank you from your analysis, always showing up and saying the mind of Nigerian masses. May God bless and honor you. Esther, well done to you. Gift from Agro. Thank you so much, Gift. Those that are resigning from NDC now that they are asked to swear affidavit and sign for against defection are those that bread for butter. They thought, oh, please, I can't comprehend what you just wrote. Someone should please remind me, according to Mr. Elvis, was Tinubu actually at Ojota protesting against GEJ's subsidy removal? I need to know.
Hello?
Tinubu, was he at Ojota?
You should go and watch the video.
The video is there,
Tinubu was live there when he was telling Nigerians that this government, nothing good in Jonathan's government. You should go and watch the video. Tinubu was in Ojota. He spoke long.
All right. Mr. Obed says, good evening to you, Esther. Keep up the good work. I actually did not want to write but listen this evening. But when Esther told the caller that someone had raised her mind and she was trying to calm down, Esther, let nothing raise your adrenaline. We don't have any other you. Thank you, Obed. Mr. Elvis, final take, please.
Yeah, Nigerians are disappointed with Onanuga. Onanuga was